10 near-perfect Netflix movies. 10. 22 July. A three-part story of Norway's worst terrorist attack in which over 70 people were killed. 22 July looks at the disaster itself.
We have breaking news. A large explosion has gone off.
The survivors, Norway's political system, and the lawyers who worked on this horrific case.
It's going to be okay.
9. Emily the Criminal.
Sorry, how much interest is being added a month?
Emily is saddled with student debt and locked out of the job market due to a minor criminal record. Desperate for income, she takes a shady gig as a dummy shopper, buying goods with stolen credit cards supplied by a handsome and charismatic middleman named Yuksha.
200 cash, but you will have to do something illegal. You won't be in danger, but you will be breaking the law.
Faced with a series of dead-end job interviews, Emily soon finds herself seduced by the quick cash and illicit thrills of black market capitalism, and increasingly interested in her mentor Yusfa. Together, they hatch a plan to bring their business to the next level in Los Angeles.
Get out of the car! We're serious.
8. Rush. Set against the sexy, glamorous golden age of Formula One racing in the 1970s. The film is based on the true story of a great sporting rivalry between handsome English playboy James Hunt and his methodical, brilliant opponent, Austrian driver Niki Lauda.
42 days after his near-fatal accident, Niki Lauda...
The story follows their distinctly different personal styles on and off the track, their loves, and the astonishing 1976 season, in which both drivers were willing to risk everything to become world champion in a sport with no margin for error. If you make a mistake, you die.
Of the decade.
7. Traffic.
Will we get invited to the White House?
Well, I don't know about that, honey.
None of my friends can freaking believe my dad's actually been drugs.
A conservative judge is appointed by the president to spearhead America's escalating war against drugs, only to discover that his teenage daughter is a crack addict.
It's high impact, pressure molded. It's odorless, undetectable by the dogs, undetectable by anyone. I want the principal witness.
2 DEA agents protect an informant. A jailed drug baron's wife attempts to carry on the family business.
How am I gonna survive this?
They apprehended a witness.
Now get out of the car and shoot him in the head!
6. All Quiet on the Western Front. The story follows teenagers Paul Baumer and his friends Albert and Muller, who voluntarily enlist in the German army, riding a wave of patriotic fervor that quickly dissipates once they face the brutal realities of life on the front. Paul's preconceptions about the enemy and the rights and wrongs of the conflict soon crumble. However, amid the countdown to armistice, Paul must carry on fighting until the end, with no purpose other than to satisfy the top brass desire to end the war on a German offensive. 5. Holy Spider. A journalist descends into the dark underbelly of the Iranian holy city of Mashhad as she investigates the serial killings of sex workers by the so-called Spider Killer, who believes he is cleansing the streets of sinners. 4. Beasts of No Nation. Follows the journey of a young boy, Og, who is forced to join a group of soldiers in a fictional West African country.
You now have something that stands for you. It has put the weapons of this war back in your hands.
While Agu fears his commander and many of the men around him, his fledgling childhood has been brutally shattered by the war raging through his country. and he is at first torn between conflicting revulsion and fascination, depicts the mechanics of war and does not shy away from explicit.
Victory!
Yes, sir!
Victory!
Yes, sir!
3.
Everything okay?
Captain Phillips.
I don't like the look of that.
They're coming in fast.
The true story of Captain Richard Phillips and the 2009 hijacking by Somali pirates of the U.S.
Shots fired! Hit the hoses! This is not a drill, this is a real-world situation.
Flagged MV Marsk, Alabama, the first American cargo ship to be hijacked in 200 years. 2. Black Hawk Down.
We can either help, or we can sit back and watch a country destroy itself on CNN.
Rangers.
The story of 160 elite U.S. soldiers who dropped into Mogadishu in October 1993.
I love you, baby.
To capture 2 top lieutenants of a renegade warlord, but found themselves in a desperate battle with a large force of heavily armed Somalis.
They won't understand. It's about the men next to you.
Don't let that man crawl! Somebody help that man!
1. Heat.
Recognize the MO?
MO is that they're good.
A group of high-end professional thieves start to feel the heat from the LAPD when they unknowingly leave a clue at their latest heist.
Stay down.
I figure this is the best thing to do.
Overall, if you don't mind the violence and the occasionally frenetic pace, then this is a film well worth seeing. Extremely well directed and never dull.
I mean, is this guy something or is he something?